I have forgotten. He also followed us to the show. He was in the house the next morning, and there was a particular nurse that usually treats Mohbad, but she was not around. So Spending heard Bami talking about nurse. Bami could be Ajishebiri. Yes. Spending reached out. Who is Spending? He's a close friend of my husband. What does he do? They go to shows together. You know Ajishebiri as a DJ. We know Ibrahim as the photographer. This Spending, what does he do? Thank you so much, gifters. Thank you. He is a friend to Mohbad. What does he do? I don't know. He sings, rap, dance? No. Just, they have been friends for 3 years now. He was the one that recommended the particular nurse. Yes. When the nurse came, was Spending still at home? Spending left on Monday morning. She confirmed Spending left on Monday morning. And he said he would get the nurse to come the next day. No. The next day, he said he will get the nurse to come and treat my husband. And the nurse was been treating Spending for over 2 years. And he gave Bami the nurse contact. That was how Bami got the contact of the nurse. Let's rewind it. You've asked who was, we've asked who was the deceased, and you have answered, you've asked when it was deceased died, when the deceased died, and asked where and when did he died. We are now on how he died. So it was the after effect of the medication given to him by the nurse that triggered the reaction that necessitated you going to the hospital at the same day. Yes, when he died, yes. If you observe, I didn't make any references to any of your statements. We just take one or two and I will be done with you. Is that okay? Yes. On the night he had a show, on the 10th, did you see anybody related to Mr. Fashola Naramali at the event? I was in the Prado all through. I did not step out. So you wouldn't have known if anybody related to Mr. Fashola was there. I wouldn't have known. Also, if you were
Bayo, hold on, Jerry. Sorry, I got a call now. Sorry, Bayo, hold on. That was in the car all through. I didn't step out.
That was the wife. They said
the same wife.
They want to ask. Yeah.
Hold on. I think no. Hold on. Wait now. Why you laugh? She thought she was in the car all through.
Yes.
But
do you want me to read the question again?
Wait now.
I want you to play. In fact, I want you to play the picture of Mohbad's hand, the hand that was jacking. I want you to put it on the big screen, display it here, and everyone over. We have about 45 people watching. All right. If we have other people from other team too, you are listening or people are streaming this, I want to challenge every one of us. By the time we are playing that video of Mohbad's hand that was jacking, I want to challenge you guys to also go and be on that position of Mohbad. Lay on that position and do your hand the way Mohbad did his hand in that water. And tell me if you can be moving your hand the way Mohbad was moving that hand. Mohbad was not the one moving the hand. It was the person that was doing that video of Mohbad's hand that was moving the hands of Mohbad. While he was showing the arms of Mohbad, the face of Mohbad actually showed a little bit there faintly in that video. And he was controlling that, moving the hand with the finger. He was holding Mohbad's finger to check Mohbad's hand. So by the time he was about to end the video and he was about to capture the Mohbad's hand, the finger of Mohbad, he let go. And then he ended the video. Yes. Go later on. Can you hear me? If you have the video of Mohbad hand that was jacking, Shøçkiñg Cøñfē, I know you always keep records of all those documents too. Please, if you have the video of the hand of Mohbad that was jacking, the video of that house that did not take him to the hospital, Mama Mohbad said she called that same day, on Monday, asking that, how is Mohbad? The wife said Mohbad was sleeping. Was Mohbad sleeping? If truly the hand was already swollen like that, was Mohbad truly sleeping? If you claim that Mohbad did not pay on Monday, that you pay on Tuesday, definitely Mohbad can never be sleeping. Are you guys understand what I'm talking about? So you told Mama Mohbad, when Mama Mohbad asked you, how is Mohbad? You said Mohbad was sleeping. So that means you lied to her. So when you have the opportunity to have told Mama Mohbad what really happened, you lied that Mohbad was sleeping. And with the kind of pain that Mohbad was going through at that time, that is if you are going by your story, Mohbad that was doing the video. See, if you were claiming that Mohbad was taking the hand, that means Mohbad can never sleep from Monday to Tuesday. In pain. And he was in severe pain. And you watch this guy in pain, and he did not tell his mom, what the way I'm saying the hand of Mohbad is in a very critical situation, though. But I have told him to go to the hospital. He don't want to go to the hospital. Mom, I don't want him to know that I am the one telling you this. Please, can you just come on your own and come and maybe you can make him to go to the hospital? He did not tell his mother. He did not tell his father that those that can force him to go to the hospital. He did not do that. That's why we say because this is died. When did
to ascertain how he died.
He died.
Okay, go on.
So I'm saying,
everyone, show some love. Show some love. My God, and don't forget. In how many times now we've been asking for Team Wumi, please come up. Emma, you can't citizen talk to the wow. Hey, come up. I'm giving. Nobody is fighting you. We'll just sit down and we'll be listening together. Buy a billion.
okay. So after the question was asked, let me start. You did not see, okay, because you were in the car all through. You did not see this incident. I did not, but you are in the car all through. So you could not have made a link between them and the incident. The reason for these proceedings is those 4 questions. So I am saying most of the things you have said here happened months and years before he died. Is that correct? Yes. And there is no link between those events and the event that happened in the September. Yes. When we were at how he died, I wasn't there. If you were to play the rewind button, the incident that led to him going to that hospital where he was pronounced dead was because two nights before he had an injury. A nurse was called 2 days after the injury, but unfortunately he reacted to the injection he was given. When you called for help, took him to the hospital, but unfortunately he died. So his death, depending on what the pathologist would say, was it a result of that injury and medication of that day? Because you agree with me, or do you think the event involved the NDLA, event of the days that he brought with Samson LA2 and event he had with them were the reasons of what happened to that September 12th? Those events are part of what led to his death. She's still linking Sam Larry to a year after. Can you guys understand what happened there? She's still linking it together after they have established that it happened after a month, after years and months. So I will continue. 2 things I have asked you. The hospital you didn't go. 2 things I've asked you. The hospital you didn't go, and you have said because of the NDLA. You said he was fearful for the NDLA and he chose not to go to the hospital. That is not it. It was part of it. I needed to explain better. That was why I reached out for his corona inquest. That was why I reached out for this corona inquest, because I want justice for him. And I feel this is the way I can express myself. Mr. Please go ahead. So Mr. Akintunde, please go ahead. After the NDLA period in February 2022, they hit him with a gun on his head. Were you there when they hit him? I was there. You saw when they hit him? I was there. I was there when they were harassing him. And when I saw it, it was too much. I was trying to rescue him from the NDLA officer. But unfortunately, they packed everybody to their vehicle. At what point were you harassing? At what point were they harassing him? When he got to the scene, we saw that Zelensky was handcuffed and he went to the house purposely because of Zelensky and his brother Adura, because they were in the house. Immediately he heard the news. He said, my brother are in the house. So he went to the scene with my sis girlfriend, myself, and himself. And we went with his car. When we got there, we saw they had handcuffed Zelensky and he approached the NDLA. After the officer had asked why they were trying to arrest him, and the NDLA officer became violent with everybody. And when my husband was trying to ask questions, they started hitting him and attacking him. By then, we were trying to attack me too. The NDLA officer was trying to hold a gun, and I was asking, do you want to shoot me? And I was only asking a question, which he should answer at this as it is a citizen. I became violent with everybody. He became violent with everybody, and he took Zelensky and the rest away with them, while they also went with my husband's car. Myself and everybody was in the car, in his car. They parked everybody inside. When we got to the estate gate, they didn't want them to leave. So they came outside and started pulling the gun, and they started harassing us and parking everybody from my husband's car, and they beat me to stupor. There are evidences. I had to fall inside the gutter, and while they were doing all of that, I didn't know when they hit the gun on his head. But wait, did she not say they hit him with a gun on his head?
Seems like she doesn't always know when vital thing happen.
Hey, look at the question. After the NDLA in February, they hit him with a gun on his head. Were you there when they hit him gun? Yes, I was there. You saw when they hit him gun? Yes. Now looking at this place. Wait, we have missed. I had to fall inside the gutter, and while they were doing all of that, I didn't know when they hit the gun on his head. Up there, they asked you, did you see him eating? You said yes. Down, you said you did not see it. You were in the gutter. All this happened within the estate. I heard him screaming for help, and I was helpless too, and couldn't come to his rescue. So they took them to the police station, and the next morning I couldn't locate them, and I knew if I go to the police station with what I have done, they were going to keep me. So the next morning they released my husband alone, and he came to the house and was really mad at me that I didn't go with him, and I tried to explain the situation on ground to him. I even showed him where I was beaten, and they removed my wig, and also what happened. I should have checked on him or look for a way. I explained that I was the only one left. They packed everybody, and I had to run into the security when I heard the gunshot, and that was when they gave him a wild substance. And he said they gave him a white substance to drink, and truly, when he got back, I saw him pulling out whitish something from his mouth, and he said it was having headache. I was even the one that checked and asked what happened to him there, because that place was swollen and they hit him with a gun yesterday. And then I said that eating has a mark already. This thing has a mark already, and he showed him with a phone. You snapped it, and he saw it, and he said he wanted to take paracetamol, and I went to get him paracetamol to take, but he was still not feeling better. He said he was still feeling headache. I gave him food to eat, and he was not comfortable. He was inside AC and he's still sweating. At night, we went to the corridor, myself, my husband, Adura, and one of his workers. But we sat at the corridor while he went downstairs to receive a call because his phone were ringing, and the next thing we saw was a live video. He did screaming for help. And that night, I couldn't ask what happened. We just wanted to know his whereabouts. Myself and his brother went to the scene and took him away from there with one of Naira Marley's signee called C Black. We took him into the car. While he was going, he said he doesn't want to go to that Naira Marley house again, that he should take him to the hospital while he was still in the live video. We got to the hospital and he was inside and attended to him. After the whole thing, we went back to his friend's place. The hospital, what was the diagnosis? What was wrong? They checked him out and they said nothing was on his head. That maybe because the shock of the NDLA. The hospital said for his head, nothing. Yes. Did you check his body? Did they check his body? They did. They said there was the after effect of what he took at the hospital. After taking him to the hospital, I didn't remember them saying anything because he left the hospital the next day and said he wasn't comfortable at the hospital too. That he feels those people are coming, they are working with the NDLA. The NDLA? Yeah. He needed to go.
My opinion.
Yes.
This part you're reading is the part of the Naira Marley, yeah?
Yes. Well, we can skip it, right?
Yeah, I feel we should just skip it because...
Yeah, we almost, I think we're almost done with that Naira Marley because there's too much stories there and okay. So I mean, now they are trying to clarify why he was scared of the NDLA. She said he think the NDLA are working with the hospital. That was why he didn't want to go to he didn't want to remain at the hospital. So should we now say that ever since that incident, he had never been himself again? He had not been himself again. In quote, would that have been the reason why he said he was not feeling well the night because of the incident? You are trying to link up. We have said he wasn't feeling too well. He said he was tired because people were calling his name, shouting and banging his car. I want to link that, you said, to the event of 20 February, or how you died. You stated that 22nd of February 2022, with this constant harassment after the NDLA, his best friend, Belashuna, got him an apartment in the estate, and the family was there, and he was still not getting himself. You said he was not getting himself. In what sense? He said there was something wrong with his head, that he was not feeling comfortable. Banging? Yes. He said it was banging. Was he hallucinating, talking to himself? Was he in charge of his senses? No. But he called me to the room and said, I am the only one that can help him out. That I should please help him understand what happened, that he can barely remember things. This means once in a while, he will forget some things and he will need someone. Yes. But that did not take his life, did it? It did not. That was the answer. What I'm trying to point out is that oppression after the NDLA. What I'm trying to point out is that oppression after the NDLA, a lot of things started happening, constant bullying that made him leave the label, and lot of threats. So many threats. All this, so many bullying threats happening after the NDLA is up to months after till the September. No, at all. Not at all that day, but it kept happening. I mean, all the bullying and also did not happen on the day he died. He said no, but it kept happening. So if it keep on happening, well, those things were what led to that injury. Did it lead to that injury? It did not. So all the bullying did not lead to that injury that day. So all these things, did I accumulate the medication? No, he did not get medications for all those sickness. The reason why I'm saying this because, my Lord, the fourth thing he answered duty is to assess, my Lord, to get how he died. Those other aspects of this will be in court for the trial. So the law, all this Amlari bullying is in court for trial. So they've cleared that. So for the nurse, okay, now let me read this. Let me get this. All those happening, but what led to the death was his reaction to the medication he was given that necessitates him for being taken to the hospital. Yes, but on getting to the hospital, unfortunately, he left us. What was that? What happened? Yes. For that nurse, it was spending that recommended that nurse. Yes. And he said he was using the nurse for 2 years. Yes. Now, did the nurse carry out any test before making medication? I was not fully present at the scene. I was in the kitchen. Who was with him? By the time you came, I was in the kitchen cooking rice. By the time you came, you met the nurse with him. Who was there? Nobody. Only him and the nurse. But when the nurse came, myself and Bami, the nurse, and my husband were in the room. As at time you came, you met only him and the nurse? You mean the last injection? Were they more than one? The first nurse, when the nurse arrived, I mean, this English, they're typed wrongly though. The first nurse arrived, it took the nurse. Oh my goodness. When you wrong, they typed it wrongly. I think at this point, I want you to tell us what happened from the minute the nurse entered the room of the deceased. Give us a broader explanation what happened. When the nurse entered, myself, Bami, my husband, it was in my son's room. The nurse was very small. The room was very small. And the nurse left my son's room to me and my husband's room for the medication. And when we got there, the nurse checked the wound and said to the DJ that she already told him to snap the picture before getting to the house. Did he send the picture? He did. So why was she complaining? It was when she was on the way coming that she saw it. Maybe her data was not on or something. Immediately she pulled out some injections. And myself and Chibami said he was an usher patient and we should be careful of the medication we administer to him. And he said, thank God. He informed her. Thereafter, she injected him here, demonstrating. After the injection, I went back to the kitchen because I was cooking and I was cooking. I came back upstairs. She was trying to administer another injection. When I went downstairs, I was not fully present. I was cooking in the kitchen. And last time I came upstairs, I heard my husband saying, remove it because I'm feeling somehow. When he went to the restroom and vomited and he peed, and immediately he said he was not feeling too well, that the injection was reacting to his body. And I told I held his hand and he sat down on the floor and he said we should pour him water. His brother and Bami, I shouted their names to help and they came upstairs and immediately the nurse was there. He was reacting that way. He said there was a drip she was supposed to pass to him. A drip she should have. No, to prevent the way he was feeling. Immediately the nurse and Dijibami went downstairs and immediately I called OG. What is the full name? Idris. The photographer? Yes, Adura went to get water and pour it on him. And he said he was not comfortable, that he needed AC. And his room's AC was not working. So we carried him to our son's room and he was still breathing and he was still reacting to... She stopped. He was still feeling uncomfortable. Sorry. So he said he was still reacting. He was still feeling uncomfortable. So I rushed downstairs to look for a car. On getting there, the mechanic was working on the car. And he said the car was not working and Adura was with me. So I told him to rush to the other house, street, to get a car. Adura came downstairs with me and I was just that was left in the room. Adura and I came downstairs to find a way to rush him to the hospital. I was telling people passing to help me that I needed help and one of the people said I should knock on the neighbor's gate and I knocked for 5 minutes and he came downstairs and narrated everything happening to him. He told the people outside to help me upstairs carry my husband. And when we got outside, the nurse and Bami met us on our way taking him to the hospital and they followed us in the other car. Our way going.
Pause. Did I hear the nurse and Adura and Bami?
Bami, yeah.
In another car.
Now, let me read it again. I told the people to help. So my husband and to help me carry my husband. And when we got outside, the nurse and Bami met us on our way, taking him to the hospital.
Okay.
And they follow us. Oh, they follow us in the car.
Okay.
And on our way going, there was traffic at Orchard Lane. You said so. When the nurse and Shebiri came back, you were already in the vehicle, about to leave. We were about to put him in the vehicle. So, whatever it is the nurse went to buy, she never administered it on him. She shook her head. No, my lord, that will be all. So, because as mentioned by by Mr. David Fadule, so Fadule is this Baba's lawyer now, asking questions. I sympathize with you with respect and so. My name is Aloba Cynthia. Were you married legally to Mohbad? No. She said no, she was not legally married. Only tradition. You live together with him? Yes. How many of you live in the same apartment? Myself, our son, himself, and his workers. How many of his workers? Tell the court their names. Bami, Adura, Ore, Idris, that is all about. But people often come, but those who stay with you, about 7 of them. Yes. You said Mohbad sustained injury on the 10th of September. After the performance at Ikorodu, a minor injury. That was what you said. Yes. After this injury, did you inform the father? No, I did not. When you arrived your residency, your house in Lekki, you didn't take him to the hospital? Yes. In your written statement, you said we administered Panadol on the 11th of September. Yes. And your language is we. I did not know. It was not me that got the paracetamol. Paragraph 33. Who were the we? I'm like a wish. My husband instructed Bami to get him Panadol extra to relieve the pain. So that was on Monday. Around what time? I don't know, but he took the paracetamol at night. At night? I think it is afternoon. At what time did you get this Panadol? I do not know. Who gave you the Panadol? He took it himself. I encourage him to take it. Who brought the Panadol? Bami, his DJ. You sent Bami to buy it. Panadol? He himself sent Bami. That was on Monday, yes. So why did he use Panadol? He said to reduce the pain. So he was feeling pains. Yes, he was feeling pains. You said earlier on that you administer rub. That night you got back on Sunday. The night we got back on Sunday, the court was on Sunday you used rub? Yes, she used rub on Sunday. They used paracetamol Monday afternoon or night. At what time did you administer rub on the minor injury you sustained? It was on Monday around 3 a.m. when immediately we got inside my son's room to sleep. My son, he was downstairs with his workers, and everybody they came downstairs gisting, and he came to me and he saw I was mad at him. He requested Bami for water, and when I opened the door, the same story. He was fighting and he required himself. I asked him if we should go to the hospital, and he said no. And I used rope for the side, which I did. So that was when he returned back from the show. Yes. So the same day was you guys got his in Prado. Yes, Bami got him Panadol. From the event on Sunday and Monday, you kept these details away from his father. Yes. Who called this nurse that administered the injection? His friend. What's the name of his friend? Spending. You didn't know his full name? I don't know. We call him Spending.
Billion.
Yes.
Can you say that again? Did they ask her who called the nurse?
Yes. Who called the nurse that administered the injection? His friend. Was it the name of his friend? What is the name of this friend person? She said Spending. And
Spending is also
and up. Yeah, even she said it upstairs that it was DJ Bami that called Spending. That called the nurse. You remember she said it up when we were reading earlier.
Yeah.
She said DJ Bami called the. He said he dropped the number. Spending dropped the number, and DJ Bami called the nurse. And DJ Bami also said that he was the one that called the nurse, and he was the one that opened the gate for the nurse. In DJ Bami's statement that is here. So let me continue. Yeah. So you didn't know his full name? No. What is the position of Spending in your family? He's my husband's close friend. They have been friends for 4 years, since 2019. When the nurse came, the nurse said he was invited by Spending. She came on Monday. When the nurse came, the nurse that was invited by Spending, she came on Monday? No, Tuesday afternoon. What did you tell the nurse? What information did you give to the nurse before she started administering injection? I explained what happened at the show to her. What did you explain? That he sustained injury with broken glasses. And the next thing the nurse did was to bring out injection. She checked how he was feeling. I didn't know how it is done, but you were there. I was fully present. I was not fully present. I was in the kitchen cooking. I was there when the nurse came and Bami, and I told her that he had ulcer. Hold on, guys. He had ulcer. I did not, so when the nurse came, did we see her? Proceed. But I was giving quickly. I wasn't fully there when he came. We told him he had ulcer, and she would be mindful of what she would give to him. And when we said that, she said, "Thank God." We informed her earlier. I didn't know the medication she administered, but I knew for a fact that She touched the wound area and she proceeded.
Bayo,
Sir.
knowing in mind, not forgetting the fact that the nurse testimony today, no. Baba wa kapati.
Nurse oti sọ̀rọ̀ mi báyìí. Oh, invite nurse.
No, there was a point, see, they want to establish pé òun náà gbé abẹ́rẹ́ fún nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lábẹ́rẹ́ pé kó gba ilé ìfún náà.
Abẹ́ àti débẹ̀ ni ẹ o.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So, did you have any conversation with her? I did not. I did not. Do you have conversation? I did not. I did not. It was not. That was me talking about how the whole thing went. I explained to her. So after the explanation, you went to the kitchen. You left the nurse with your husband. No, I was there after massaging. She administered one injection on his left hand. I was not fully present during the whole thing. I did not ask for the. I didn't ask for the whole thing. As at the time she was administering that injection, you were there. Yes, I was there. Did you ask the nature of the injection she was administering on your husband? I did not. Exactly, you did not ask. I did not know. I have not been a nurse. After that injection, what happened? It was still fine, and I proceeded to the kitchen because food was on fire before she came. I was in the kitchen, and when I came back, I saw the nurse trying to pull out another injection. The nurse bringing out another injection after the first one? Yes, after the first one. I was in the kitchen, and the moment I opened the door, I heard him saying, nurse should remove the syringe she was inserting into his veins. And I was not feeling, it was feeling somehow. So how many injections? I do not know, sir. I was not fully at the scene. I was going and coming. Mr. Saloba, the question he asks is that coming in and going out, how many injections did you think she would have administered? Is it 10 or 1 or 3? 2. She answered 2. I only saw her twice injecting. It was the second one I saw immediately I opened the door. The court asked, where was she injecting the second one? In his room. What part of the body? On his side, demonstrating through his veins. The court. And you did not question the nurse that what kind of injection was he taking injection like that through his veins? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. No? Not injection, drip. I mean, the court asked, did you question the nurse? What kind of injection? Has he been injection like that? Has he been injections like that through his veins? Yes, he has. No injection but drip. The question is injection. Have you seen him taking injection? Everybody knows drips are given through the veins, and injections can also be passed while the drip is on. But most of us are aware that injection is given in the bottom lab, bum lab or something. So in your knowledge, as an educated person, have you seen your husband taking injection through his veins before? Now, no. She said no. Have you seen anybody that you know taking injections through the veins? I do not know. Fadile, what happened after the injection? He reacted and immediately he opened the door. I heard him telling the nurse, remove the needle from his veins, and he was feeling somehow. Immediately he went to the bathroom, he vomit. I called his brother, Bami, then the nurse went to get a drip. Can I go on? Can I take a break in 20 minutes?
You need it to. We self, we need them. You can take it, Bayo.
Bayo, please. Let's go on.
But I don't know if I can send it to you or Mommy Detola Aduke. I know she is very active in the.
Okay. Can you send it to my Gmail account?
Your Gmail, yeah. If you can inbox me your Gmail, I can send it.
Music Pivot at Gmail, yeah.
Yeah, you should import. I think so because I've been having problems with that because it's a long video. There are some shenanigans that you don't need to listen to, but when you listen to it, you'll be able to edit it and take out the important things out of it. You understand? Because we can't be what I think we should be doing that we can't be like exchanging words with these people because we know that they have a chicken brain. They don't have brain. They all follow one
You can just bring them up and engage with them.
They will frustrate you because they don't have anything to say.
See, hold on. When like Miss Detola and some other women, like yesterday, they really calm down.
Look at the way Abati was talking like a jato. Can your patients take that? I can't stand with Abati. I'm sorry to say, I will break his head. You understand? So we don't need to be exchanging words with them. We don't need to. We need to like focus on what we want and bring out the most important thing out of it. We don't need to be wasting our energy on them, to be honest. If you can inbox me your Gmail, I'll forward them to you, then you listen to it, they take out the important things out of it. I think that will be fine.
All right, okay, all right, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so let's say from I Love Allah. Do you want to? I Love Allah.
Nítorí ọkùnrin tó tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn mo ṣe sẹ́ndì pé fẹ́ máa gbé mọ́ ọlé tó ní pé òun gbọ́ interview ìyá wọn mohbad ó dàbí kéèkì nìkan ṣé wọ́n polú ni àtijọ́ tí bàbá yẹn ti ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yàtọ̀.
Ìṣòwò gbé ìwé àti máa gbé
àtijọ́ tí bàbá yẹn ti sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé wọ́n rí pé òun bàbá yẹn yàtọ̀ wọ́n lọ wo interview ìyá mohbad tó ṣe wọ́n lọ wo oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá pè ilé mi tó bá máa ṣe interview mi ọ̀pọ̀ ló máa sọ kí ló dé tí wọ́n fẹ́ kan bàbá yìí má gbélé bù náà ṣé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni kó lóun fẹ́ mọ kú tó pọn ọmọ tòun Wùmí tọ́jọ́ wá tí ó wà lé pẹ̀lú ọkọ ẹ̀ kò sọ nǹkan tó ṣe ọkọ ẹ̀ àwọn àṣàyàn ti ní bàbá yẹn lórí kọ́ dákun ọ̀kan torí ọlọ́run kọ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tó wọ́n máa sọ lórí bàbá yẹn kò ṣe pé èèyàn kankan wà lẹ́yìn bàbá yẹn èèyàn kankan sí àmọ́ tó bá rí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀lé òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ má máa fò tọ̀rọ̀ sábẹ́ àwọn sọ kí ni bàbá yẹn ṣe bàbá yẹn ó kàn ìra wọn síra wọn ni ló pe ó pè ya mohbad pé kó wá lọ kó lọ ṣé ya mohbad.
Please, iOS, please can you continue with your narration?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I may take some time because I like looking into details a bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, sir. So, I want to talk about 3 points, and I'll bring just for us to see the picture. I'm not, I will bring out some scenarios, and I want us to look into it. Yeah. So, I observe that there seems to be a script. When there is a script, people can do copy and paste. Yeah. So, for instance, if I just put a general point, you can adapt it to suit your purpose. Another person can adapt that, sentence and just adjust it to suit that person's situation. And I see scripts, playing out here. The first script is one about flushing of food. The host, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Good. Yeah. The first script or point is about the flushing of food. And I'm pointing your attention to 2 scenarios. Number 1, because I'm going to be talking based on the videos or the audios that are out there. Okay. Mommy Mohbad said, when she used to visit Mohbad in the Malian house, that she has been warned or that she doesn't eat when she goes there. And, Mohbad will take the food and go and flush it, that he would warn her, Mommy, imagine color poison you, that even if she's given any drink, he will go crack the drink and flush it off.
Yeah.
You know, from that, you know that there is a clause that something can be added to the food. That is why he's flushing.
Yeah.
Now, we also noticed that, you know, prior to Mohbad's death, I think some of those that were in the house, I think they said Adora cooked Indomie, number one. CY served the Indomie to Mohbad. That is the second. But at the end of the day, they said that the leftover of Mohbad's food, it was flushed.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, why do you have to flush leftover? Are they that rich, or is it that somebody else cannot eat the food? So I'm now linking with the statements made by Mohbad about flushing, because all these people, most of them are, you know, they have been in the Malian place, sort of.
Yes.
So what could have been in the food for it to have been flushed? I just want our attention to go there. Number two is the issue of having sexual intercourse, like they call it lapio stuff. Two people again change the script of lapio to suit their story. Number one is, after the show, CY said they got home and Mohbad wanted to even lapio, that she refused him.
Yes.
Abi, enjoy it, correct. I want to know, because I want to see exactly.
Yes, yeah.
So, number second person is Mommy Mohbad. She said, Nibati Baba was Tuesday, Torioko, after carrying, you know, the body to the police station, carrying to this, and he was denied, you know, police report and everything, and he handed over that Baba wanted to come to her to lapio.
Yes.
Am I correct, sir? My question is now, if we now look at other people that have added some bit of information to this, like Spending said, Mohbad and CY they fought for 2 hours in the car before getting to the house. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sure, yeah.
Good. And now the fight continued in the house. Let's even assume the fight didn't continue. Let's even assume that the fight didn't continue in the house. Let's assume they only fought for 2 hours in the car. Which man, I don't know, in his right senses, would have a serious fight with the wife for 2 hours like I don't know. Serious fight for that matter, according to them. Then number two, a father told you for years, tomo yen she wan roribo, tomo yen she make in life, o wa ri oku omo e, ori eje, o wa gbe omo, o tun refuse ni nkan to ye ko fi keep body omo yen ni mug. Baba yen tun wan fete rin lo le loru. Iru baba yen lo ma tun fe lo lapio ejo. Ẹ ṣé o. Then number three is the issue of property. Number 3 point is the issue of property. Now, CY said Baba is fighting for property. According to her. Kini Mama Mohbad so o change it. Also we according to her, in that same Punch interview, she said, and I quote, that even though I know that I stand to benefit the most from my son's wealth. She gets it.
That is what they told her. What
criteria based on Loma guarantee Mohbad Loma benefit the most from her son's property. On what criteria? And she also said in that interview that Baba is not fighting for justice. Other people are not fighting for justice, that we are going in the wrong path. But she herself and CY are the ones fighting for justice. Let's accept it. Let's accept you are not fighting for justice. Let's believe she is the one fighting for justice. Let's believe CY is the one fighting for justice. But let us now look at the way they are fighting for their justice. Let us just look at it.
Okay.
If they're actually fighting for justice. Now, CY is telling us that she has something, or there is something that can favor her husband, but nobody should talk about it. She's fighting for justice, right?
Yeah.
Good. When the So you said they have killed him, and you are not ready to tell us the day you are fighting for justice.
Please tap, guys. Please enjoy. Tap one flag.
You are the one that is saying a whole lot of things. You have evidence for everything, but you are not ready to bring out the original evidence. You have evidence against Prime Boy. You have evidence against Baba. You are the one that say, if you talk, we are going to stone Baba. And we have been carrying this bag of stones up and down. And it's getting too heavy that we need to throw the stones. And luckily, what is his name now? Portable just released a song, a solo copa. We are ready to solo copa now. Now, is that the way of fighting for justice? I don't want to go into, but if you look at your action, if you are truly come out, what will it take you to address people? Show your face and talk like a normal human being. This is all I can say about the event. You are fighting for justice and you have not opened your mouth to say, Baba, the son, the man who fathered that, your husband, you are trying to show us that you owe that man no explanation. Now, in what area is Mama Mohbad fighting for justice? She's covering up all that all the things that we need to know. She's covering up. He's hating the man. That wickedness, that hatred is still in her. And the situation that will favor her is what has happened. Because she has already said it, that she knows that she will benefit the most. And that is why she's castigating Baba, using every method that she knows. There was also another video when she was, I think Liam was doing the birthday. She was showing a video with a lady, and they were like, Mama, thank you. God bless you. I love you. Thanks for standing with us. And I'm not concerned with that. But she still went ahead and said, Josie, that the lady said, she said, that is your husband. Mo fún ẹni Josie tí ẹ bá mi kọ́lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí mi rí kọ́ ó fẹ́ báyé mi jẹ́ Josie tó fẹ́ báyé mi jẹ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ Josie tó fẹ́ báyé ẹ jẹ́ because he's blocking you believe he's blocking what will make you have access to that wealth that you have spoken about. Ó fẹ́ báyé ẹ jẹ́. So if you look at their narrative, they have the same strategy, but they are adjusting it to suit their line, whether being the girlfriend or being the mother. And now Josie is the center person in the middle of this battle. He's the only one that they are yet to bring down and they want to bring down, but God will not bring him down. According to Mohbad, that his God will fight for him.
Amen.
And I'm happy that Mohbad, I think there is a song that is yet to be released, but we've had listened to it about Mohbad actually told us who he is. He said, in your Mary ni mi, Malaika ni mi. It is glaring. Sherry, ìgbàgbọ́ bàbá yẹn ó máa mú lára dá, ìgbàgbọ́ Mohbad ó máa jà fún. See, there are some people that will say, ẹ jẹ́ ká tì kí bàbá lọ ṣe nǹkan tí ẹ má jẹ́ kí bàbá lọ ṣe nǹkan tí ó yẹ kó ṣe. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kò sẹ́ni tí ó lè rádánwò láyé. Ìgbàgbọ́ bàbá yẹn náà ló máa mú lára dá. So if we just have to stand with him in whatever he believes. A lè ti torí pé òkè ìṣòro dé kí bàbá ṣe Ọlọ́run. Òun ló mọ what will I call it, covenant. Yes. Nobody knows covenant to ti dá pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká ti torí pé wà nínú situation ìkáwá máa tì gọ̀ọ̀gọ̀. A whole lot of people have seen him to be vulnerable, and at a whole lot of people have tried to mess up with that man. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, in whatever way we can support him, let us support him. Ọlọ́run máa gba victory yẹn fún wa. Ilé agbára Ọlọ́run. Thank you so much, sir.